This is Battlefield Gamer Girl, and I'd like to share with you a couple of the best games I've had on my Battlefield Gamer Girl server so far this week. We were attacking on Noshar Canals. I'm now on the second set of MCOPs. The first set of MCOMs, I didn't take either of them. I had quite an embarrassing suicide from a chopper. It just wasn't worth showing you. So here I am going into that MCOM on the second set and taking that MCOM, and I'm really lucky that this guy who's almost looking right at me doesn't kill me, but as soon as I finished arming that MCOM, I managed to kill him. This probably isn't the best position because someone could come up behind me quite easily, but I'm very aware that there is a vehicle just over there, and if someone hops out to try and disarm that MCOM, I know that I'll be looking in the right direction. So it's important to look around you, keep an eye out, and also listen out. As soon as you hear that beeping of someone disarming it, you can get to that MCOM really quickly, hopefully shoot them, and make sure your MCOM gets destroyed. MCOM B has already been armed, and I can see someone straight away on the roof, so I'm going to get him. There's another guy over here, so I'm going to get him with my M16A3 as well. Make sure the rest of the area is clear, and as an assault player it's my job to go and make sure I revive as many of these fallen players as I can. Unfortunately though, I don't get to this guy in time, but I can see another guy over here, so I'm going to go over there and make sure I can revive him. Remember, every player that you revive, that's a ticket you get back, and that could be the difference between winning or losing. So on to the next set of MCOMs. I'd also just like to point out, I have a quick look at the scoreboard, and at the moment the teams are currently even, 10 players on both sides. I talk about how important it is to revive players, but a lesson for you guys and a lesson for myself. If you're going to revive players, remember that's because that player has just been killed, so there's probably an enemy somewhere nearby. So always make sure you try and check around before reviving that player, and I'll try and remember that too. As you may know from some of my other videos, I'm a big fan of the Amtrak. Much safer than running into an MCOM is to drive in a heavily armed vehicle. So I'm going to take the Amtrak and get as close as I can to the MCOMs. I can see that there is a vehicle up by A, so I'm not going to take that Amtrak that way. I'm going to flank round the left side here and see how close I can get. As you can see, I can't get up the hill here in my Amtrak, and as some of you pointed out before, you can't steal the Amtrak, so I'm not too afraid now to jump out. MCOM B has already been armed, so I'm going to go for the A MCOM. Whenever you see C4 around, I always throw a grenade and try and explode it so it doesn't kill your teammate, and someone is already arming that A MCOM, so I'm going to get in this bush and try and help protect it. Also, make sure I revive any players around me. So let's guard this MCOM and hopefully we will get it. There doesn't seem to be any enemies charging in, but I can see over there by those revive symbols that people are getting killed, so there must be a few enemies in that direction. So I'm going to go over there. I can see one on the hills and I managed to get him, so that's great. Let's go and see if I can hopefully revive a couple of these players. Unfortunately, again, I don't make it in time, but there's another one over here. So make sure to kill the enemy first this time and then revive that fallen player. I get a couple of ribbons here for my kills and my revives, and that's what being MVP is all about. Killing the enemies, reviving fallen players, and of course getting those MCOMs to give you those 500 points. I managed to kill another enemy here who was hiding in this bush. And luckily for me, an Amtrak has appeared, so I'm going to get into my Amtrak. I can see on my mini-map that there is someone around me, and they are obviously repair tooling me from the way my health is going down. I can't quite get them with my gun, so I'm going to have to jump out and shoot them. I managed to get him, but his friend is there. And yes, he is also teabagging me. I think they're both teabagging me together, so thank you for that, guys. On that note, I'm going to head over to the third set of MCOMs. MCOM B has already been taken, so it's my job to go and see if I can take that A MCOM. I've got a lift on this chopper here, so then I'm just going to make my way across, try and stick to this right hand side because most of the enemies are spawning on that left hand side. I can see a vehicle over in that direction, so I'm just going to try and keep out of sight and go and get that MCOM A. There is an enemy patrolling close by, so I'm going to take him out, otherwise he would have just killed me while I was arming this MCOM, and the close looks clear, so I'm going to arm a MCOM, have a quick look around the area to make sure there's no one coming in, and it all looks clear, so I'm going to go and get myself into position and just make sure I keep an eye on it. I can see another guy here, so I'm going to throw down my med pack, hopefully keep us all safe. And I've got a few team members around me, so that's great too. So hopefully there should be no problems getting this MCOM. The MCOM is destroyed, an enemy runs in too late and I managed to kill him, so that's great. Also have a quick look around, there's another guy over here, so I'm going to get him. I didn't quite get him, but let's have another go, and I've got him. And now obviously go and revive this fallen player, restore that ticket. Unfortunately though, he's out of bounds and I couldn't revive him. Oh well, time to go on to the next set of MCOMs. The area looks clear. I think the enemy team seem to mostly be around B from what I can tell on the minimap. Don't forget the importance of that minimap. Always keep one eye on it. So I'm going to arm this MCOM. I've got a member of my squad next to me, so that's great. So again, perfect little spot for this MCOM here that I know most people use. Unfortunately though, that didn't stop the Tunguska from killing me. Luckily for me, my squad mate there was also support, so he's revived me, and I'm going to go and return that favour and revive him. I know he's a Colonel 100, so really useful to have someone like that around when you're trying to defend an MCOM. MCOM B has also been armed. Unfortunately, I get killed in those last moments, but we have won the game, which is the main thing. I have got MVP, which is great. Unfortunately, a couple of the enemy team left towards the end of the game, as you can see there in the scoreboard. I'm BF3GamerGirl. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe for more videos. There will be more videos from my BF3GamerGirl server, so please come and watch them, come like them, come find me on Facebook. I'm BF3GamerGirl.